Mishkoze.
Watsatste.
Bia, Shake.
We are strong.
Welcome to We Are Strong, Toronto Council Fire's BIPOC youth-led podcast, where we address systemic issues that we, as BIPOC youth, resist against every day. By highlighting the inequities faced in urban spaces, we hope to inspire a new generation of youth to be empowered to speak on their experiences with hopefulness and pride all across Turtle Island.
Okay, hello. We are here with Stephanie and Tanya from the Family Information Liaison Unit. Thank you so much for sitting down with us and for joining us with our Justice podcast. So we have some questions that we would love to ask you, but first we want to know a little bit about you. Who are you?
Wajayak Misawe, Gapatwetat Nishnakas, Nesta Stephanie. Hello, greetings. I introduced myself to you in my Innu Cree language. My spirit name is the first sound of thunder coming. My name is Stephanie. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother of one beautiful daughter and two grandsons. My home community is Moose Factory, Ontario, on the James Bay coastline. And thank you for having me here.
Honey, bonjour. Tanya Deboski. I just want to say welcome. I'm originally from Manitoulin Island. I'm a mother, a daughter, and I'm also a survivor as well from Indian Day, and also an impacted family member of MMIWG, 2SLGBTQQIA. So I'd just like to say miigwech. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here and for joining us. It's so nice to meet such beautiful people. So we wanted to talk to you a little bit, and we wanted to ask you to expand a bit about what you think your role and responsibility to community is.
That is a big question because it's a lifelong journey.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's embedded in us when we're spending time with our grandparents, spending times with our mothers, and as well as our aunties and our uncles and our community members, and we seem to find that community wherever we live, and wherever we're working, and wherever we're participating in different events and activities, and. As a responsibility, utilizing our gifts. What type of gifts did Creator provide for us to be able to use not only in our workplace but also within who we are and who I am as an Innu woman, as an Innu squaw. So yeah, thanks.
Hello. What was the question again? Sorry.
That's okay. The question is, what is your role and responsibility to community?
Okay, well, I think being a Anishinaabe is, I'm a change agent. I like to always bring change and really move forward and really advocate for families, especially in navigation, and really being that other voice, to provide their truth, move forward, and, really, again, going back to navigation and being that change agent. So I just want to say that. Thanks.
Amazing.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. So the theme of this event is Revillagizing, which comes in many different forms. For us, it comes from empowering our future generations with peace, power, and righteousness through understanding the ways of our ancestors. I just wanted to know, what does revillagizing mean to you or look like?
So that's a new word that I'm hearing, revillagizing, right?
Yeah.
And it's, something that I do think about is what were we like as communities prior to colonization? We were fully functioning, capable communities. We had our own economy, we had our own system, and we had our own way of taking care of one another and making sure that, that there is a space for us to be loved, to be cared for, to ensure that all those areas of our wellness are taken care of, and we learn those teachings and we learn those lessons when we're, in community. And so when I think of revillagizing, I think about, what are some of those traditional respective roles in our different communities that we come from that we can, remember and use and empower our spaces to have those, because working even, working in different areas of government, working in different areas of community, we often hear that these spaces weren't created for us. So, and it's being able to find the way to be able to walk with that in balance and to be able to, like Tanya had mentioned, is creating that change and creating that, that movement and how can we do that, and it's listening to the youth. What are they looking for? What do they want? What do they need? Right?
Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, so I go back to that. It's a really new word as well. I really like it, but I always go back to being a change agent and really uplifting even our young people, right, and having that voice. But I also want to be client-centered as well with our families and our survivors and any impacted family members as well, right? And, really bringing their truth forward and having, that peace, the power, right? And again, I go back to resilience. And I look at our people as well and how resilient we are. And, being really centered and really focusing on that, and we can all make change together and supporting one another in all different sectors as well, and having that awareness of being so diverse is so important. Thanks.
Thank you. And the last question I'd like to ask you guys is there a message that you want to leave with the community today? Anything that's on your mind, a piece of advice, or anything really?
You are a sacred human being. You are a sacred spiritual being in this human world, in this physical world, and honor and love yourself, and always reach out and be gentle with yourself, be gentle with ourselves. We're all on a different path, and in terms of even in our healing and what we're working with, we are, in that different space, and just surround yourself with that love and that kindness to yourself.
So one thing I always think about is self-care, how important that is, right? And self-care can come in very different forms as well, but knowing who you are and your identity, right? And also always having that reflection and uplifting our ancestors, right? They had so much knowledge, and it's just I grew up in an era where smudging you could not do. I had to do it very fast, and as a child I didn't understand why. But now, I'm very proud. I'm very resilient, and I even teach my own grandson, my Nojas, the importance of smudging, being grounded, and knowing those traditions, especially passage rites, are so very, very important in moving forward and being resilient and knowing who you are. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. You looked me right in the eyes when you said that, and I felt like I was unbeatable, honestly. But you really show us the power of self-love and self-care, and I think that was so beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing that with us today. And I guess the last thing we kind of want to ask you about is tell us a bit about your FILU booth. How's it been going so far? Are you having fun?
Well, I'm really, really very happy that, Toronto Council Fire is here, and we're having this partnership moving forward, really providing more information about the Family Information Liaison Unit as well. Again, our program, we're with the Ministry of Attorney General, Indigenous Justice Division, and where I'm based out of, I'm at Health Access Unit at Shkakmakwe Health Centre in Sudbury, Ontario. A lot of information, a lot of people are really interested, again, not having that awareness of what we do, and really providing in really, simple language as well. We're here to help families navigate, that sector as well of finding information regarding their loved one with the coroner's office, with police services, with crown attorneys, with child welfare agencies. The list can go on as well. And there is there's a lot of system gaps there as well, but we're here to help families navigate that, move forward, and get that truth that they need regarding the information about their loved one. Thanks.
Y'all do a big job, so I commend you for that, honestly. Thank you so much. And I'll pass it on to you, Jaden.
I just wanted to ask you guys, where can we find you? Do you have social media? Where are you guys in the square today? As well as, do you guys have a physical location where people can stop in?
All right. So we're under the Ministry of Attorney General, so we have a web page there. If you search Family Information Liaison Unit Ontario, it'll pop up actually on Google search. And we are physically located in several office spaces throughout Ontario. Our head office is here at 720 Bay Street, and that's where I'm situated. We have staff members that are based in community health access centers. Tanya here is based out of the Shkagamaquah Health Center in Sudbury, Sudbury. We have a staff member that's based out of Nokiwan Tribal Council in Thunder Bay, and also a staff member based out of Ikwewak, which is in Sioux Lookout, Ontario. And we have a new position in Ottawa as well that will be based out of Ottawa. And we all work together, but Family Information Liaison Units are spread across Canada. We're in every province and territory, and we work interjurisdictionally with each other when there's work, and provide us with that support when there are, interjurisdictional type of cases and such.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's incredible. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my God.